Bitcoin dominance is sliding and the alts are starting to move. That's right, baby. We're starting to make it happen. We'll talk about the reasons why and how much juice do the alts have left in them. We'll talk about the SEC delaying. What are they delaying? HBAR fans, you need to hear about it. Also, the SEC takes center stage as they say cryptos, most of them, aren't securities. Well then, SEC, why are you involved? Because you're the Securities Exchange Commission. We'll talk XRP price action along with Polygon taking 15 minutes to clear blocks. Yo, this is crypto. We clear transactions in seconds, not 15 minutes.
I say lots of naughty things, so here's your warning.
Happy Wednesday, crypto fans, and you know what happens tomorrow? It's CPI data, the biggest report that Jerome Powell and the Fed are going to use to determine if they cut rates or not. That thing comes out at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We'll be live streaming earlier than that, so make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. The market right now is a mix of what? A mix of red and green up on the screen. But before we get into that, your comments come first. Why? Because you, the viewer, matter most. T-Boot says, bro, gorgeous pup. That being said, who wants to sell me some blow for XRP? Yeah, essentially the United States government said, look, we're not going to be buying crypto for our strategic reserve. We're just going to be seizing it. So, naughty, nefarious activities out there that use crypto, that's where the crypto storage is going to come from. Yeah, so they're not adding to the demand. It's already crypto that's in circulating supply. So tell your local street pharmacist to start using crypto, because then we maybe have a chance to get some of our favorites added to the reserve. By the way, government does not own any XRP XLM, so throwing it out there. Lenos Chins is wishing a quick recovery for your German Shepherd. Yes, I spent a couple hours at the vet yesterday because my white German Shepherd Leia is getting older and she's getting sick. She's having a little bit of autoimmune issues right now. They gave her a shot of steroids and some immune suppressant stuff. They gave her some meds to take her home with. We've got to follow up in a few days. And as you can see by the color of her nose, she's like really, really anemic right now. But she's getting older. She's super strong doggy. She's in good spirits. And she's got her 3 best doggy friends hanging out with her. And she's hanging out with me right down there. She'll be good. Bitcoin, 113,000. ETH, 43.85. XRP right at that $3 mark. Bitcoin dominance definitely sliding. We'll talk about it. But first, Polygon. Polygon transaction finality faces 10 to 15 minute delays. Yo, this is crypto girlfriend. We get this shit done faster than that. Hell, I can do a lot of things faster than that. Ask my wife. No, don't ask her. In a recent post, the protocol assured traders that the chain will continue to run and blocks are still being produced. However, there is a 10 to 15 minute delay in finality that has been happening on chain. The team said the problem was caused by a milestone issue. Oh, God. We have identified a fix and it's being rolled out to all validators and service providers. Here's what they said. While the chain continues to run, there's a finality issue. We've identified the fix and guess what? We are fixing it. Oh, yeah, by the way, everything else, it's all being linked to where everyone in the description below. All right, so Polygon's having a little bit of problems. And this is another thing. We want crypto adoption. We want players to use crypto, not just speculate on it. We need to fix this shit. But then again, Bitcoin is slower than shit, and yet people use it. ETH, not the fastest thing out there, and people use it. So maybe people don't really give a shit about speed. SEC chair says most tokens are not securities. Back super app platforms. Dude, if that's the case, then get the fuck out of the way when it comes to crypto. US SEC Commissioner Paul Atkins said that most crypto tokens are not securities while outlining a sweeping plan to integrate crypto activities like trading, lending, and staking under a unified regulatory framework. Listen, the regs don't come from you stupid fuck. They come from Congress. And as we've learned, Congress is making their own rules. Yep, and they should be done in October or November. It's a new day at the SEC, Atkins said during a keynote address at the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. Policy will no longer be set by ad hoc enforcement actions. We will provide clear, predictable rules of the road so innovators can thrive in the United States. Bro, it's September. We've had a new president since January. That's 8 months and we're still talking about like high-level topics like that. This is shit you should have tackled since day one. And the reality is the SEC doesn't make the rules. They can make suggestions for the current administration. They can make interpretations. But then when the next administration comes in, that administration can do whatever the fuck they want. So, Atkins, how about you do something and stop delaying shit? And you're like, bro, what are you talking about? The SEC delays grayscales HBAR decision as a crypto ETF queue grows. Oh, so you can make all these cool statements about how, we're not going to over-regulate crypto. Most cryptos aren't securities. Well, then why the fuck aren't you doing anything about these ETFs, you loser? Grayscale filed a registration for both Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin trusts on S3 forms. That's good. Okay, that's good. That's an update. But now the SEC has pushed back its decision on Grayscale's Hedera Trust to November 12th. All right, Grayscale or HBAR fans, you listening? The investment firm submitted updated registrations for its trust, blah, 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 blah. The delay adds another chapter to the commission's review of over 90 pending crypto ETFs. Grayscale filed multiple registrations, blah, 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 blah. SEC procedure rules typically allow 180 days for exchange rule change decisions, with an additional 60-day extension available for comment or review. Earlier procedural delays affected Solana ETFs, with the SEC extending the review deadline to October 16th. So again, they just keep kicking the can down the frickin' road. Here's that announcement from the SEC right here. Yeah. On February 28th, blah, 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 shit was filed. And here we are, Garmin, help us out, 10th of September, and the SEC is still delaying. So Paul Atkins, you can say whatever you want about, we're really pro-crypto, we're really behind it. Well then, why aren't you approving the ETFs? Sorry, HBAR fans, the SEC doesn't like you. Hell, the SEC doesn't like anyone in crypto. Hence the over 90 pending crypto ETFs. Just fucking start approving them. Altcoin sees an indicator strengthen as BTC loses market share. I like this. Why? Because the alts need some love too, baby. Bitcoin's market dominance has dropped to about 57%. A move analysts say could start the cycle of new forming and favoring altcoins. The decline comes alongside the surge in CMT altcoin index, which climbed to 60 out of 100. That is a lot. In fact, go to it right now. Look at this. Let's open this up on a new screen. This is nice. This is this orange line right here. That's hot. That is freaking hot. You're starting to see this thing roar ever since July 7th. July 7th, we are an altcoin season index of 22, which means what? Which means BTC was blowing the doors out of the majority of crypto. Now, the majority of crypto is blowing the doors off of BTC. These are all the cryptos right here on the screen that are blowing the doors off of BTC over the last 90 days price-wise. There's not many that aren't. In fact, look who's at the bottom of the thing. Picoin. Just throwing it out there. Picoin. BTC up 5% last 90 days. Some of our favorites like XLM HBAR up 38% last 90 days. XRP up 33% last 90 days. Who are some of the big winners? Pudgy Penguins. Some Crow. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Some Wild. Some Link. You know what I mean. So yeah, BTC dominance is sliding. That's a good thing. And I think the altcoins dominance is going to grow as we get closer to reg season, as we get closer to the SEC approving the ETFs. Look, the SEC is delaying this as much as possible. Why? To give BTC and ETH a head start. The SEC is also not doing anything to allow what? Stable coins to roar. Why? Because yes, it helps out the United States government. Overall in the crypto market right now, what did we have? Minor inflows between BTC and ETH yesterday. So basically, the government or the big players out there are like, we're kind of neutral on this shit right now. I know, that's what's going on. Volume right now, 144 billion. So not bad, but again, not juicy as we've seen over the last several weeks. The market is honestly waiting for CPI data, and what they're really waiting for is the decision with Jerome Powell next week. XRP price, we're right at that 299 mark. Go to the 7-day chart and you can see, look, we've hit $3 a couple times here yesterday with highs at 303 and that candlestick 302 and 302 back to back to back, but then we couldn't hold it. We did get some support right away that pushed us right back up to this mark, but then again, here we are fighting $3. So $3, whether it's the ceiling or floor, is key right now for XRP. Volume, 4.5 billion. So honestly, pretty low comparatively over the last several weeks. Zoom out to the 1-year chart and you can see exactly what I'm talking about. A decline in volume here at the bottom of the screen. Nothing like what we saw comparatively in November, December, and January. Nothing, but it's better than what we saw in May when the market was really kind of blah around that $2 mark. The friend zone, you remember that. Now, this is a much better friend zone right now. This is a friend that has some benefits. That's what we're seeing. But we need the juicy CPI data report tomorrow. We really do. It was 2.7 last time. We need something in the low twos. Jerome, a lot of pressure to cut it at least 25 basis points. That right now is the minimum that the market is expecting on the 17th when he makes that announcement. For XRP, for the altcoins, what's the big story? BTC dominance is sliding. Not only is BTC dominance is sliding, but institutional buying of BTC is sliding as well. So are players looking at BTC right now saying, yo, at 113,000 for BTC, there's not much, meat left on the bone for us to make some profits. But the alts that are set to get ETFs soon, set to get regs soon, oh baby, there seem to be plenty of profits left on that bone. Meat, I say. I'm kind of hungry this morning. So HBAR gets denied ETF action from the SEC. What's new? Well, I'll tell you what's new, nothing. And here we are, 8 months into a new SEC regime, and we're still getting the same opening day statements of, we're not the Gensler era SEC, we're not here to stifle innovation. Well, then why the hell aren't you approving ETFs? We have over 90 in the queue. For real, this regime is exactly the same as Gensler. They just have different names. Oh, but most cryptos aren't securities. Okay, well then why are you getting in the way still? Why are you delaying all these ETFs? Why were you able to approve ETH? ETH has a foundation that's behind it. Buterin has been really centralized lately with how he's been running things. In fact, he's stuck his nose into stuff and has made some decisions that have proven that ETH really is fairly centralized and would be a security. So how is ETH getting the golden pass? Come on now, SEC. We're looking through your bullshit. Either way, the altcoins are poised to roar. We just need a few things to help us out. CPI data, little rate cuts, a little bit of high puppy action hanging out with me. He just wants his butt rubbed. That's all it is. Here, look. If I put the camera down, you can see it right there. He just likes his butt rubbed. Every morning he comes in here, he hangs out with me, he likes his butt rubbed a little bit, he'll make a few noises. After he gets his butt rubbed, he then leaves and then goes, lays on the couch. See, just made his noises, I told you. After he gets his butt rubbed, he'll go lay on the couch, wait for his doggy friend, and then they'll hang out and you'll hear him make noises in the background. But for real, what the hell is the SEC doing, and what is this current administration doing? They said they're going to be budget neutral when it comes to strategic reserve. So you know what that means? That means they're not adding any money to the strategic reserve, which means all the money that's going to be thrown into the strategic reserve is what? Coming from seizures. So unless naughty people out there are using XRP, XLM, or some of your favorite cryptos out there for naughty things, guess what's going to happen? They're not adding to it. And it also means this is crypto already in the circulating supply, so it ain't helping any price or demand squeeze. See, I told you he already left the room. He uses me for butt rubs and then he leaves. Yeah, what the fuck? So, that's your crypto roundup. More news to come later today. Hit that subscribe button, notification bell so you don't miss out, because I bring you the news, good, bad, happy, or sad. Choo choo what? Sign behind me says it. Choo choo, bitches.